Hey folks, how's it going? So, got my hot cocoa. I'm trying to warm up. You can see the steam. It's a bit chilly this morning, but you know, again, I had dreams of gold and silver and rubies and diamonds and emeralds and everything else you can think of, and handguns. You know, there's got to be something here at these rest stops. I'm at a rest stop that I think was built in 1955 to 1957. It belongs to that highway over there where you can see all the cars traveling on and stuff like that. There's the northbound on the other side, which I've already searched. This is the southbound, which would have caught all the travelers headed back down south, or all the northerners headed down to Florida. Who knows what we're going to find? That's the thing. You never know what you're going to find at a rest stop. You just never know. So the only way to find out is get in there and search. Go find something. I've got to warm up with my cocoa. It's chilly. Riding a motorcycle in 30-degree weather. Now, I know, all you folks up north are just covered in snow already. Don't despair though, because, you know, I spent most of my life in the North Country. Syracuse, New York, born and raised. Yeah, so I know all about snow and cold. No problem. But let's get in here. Let's find some treasure. Let's see what we can find. Hopefully some jewelry today, and hopefully, you know, you just never know, you know, because you got the 50s era, you got the 60s, which was pretty awesome. You got the 70s, which is equally awesome. 80s, which is totally awesome. Yeah, I'm a product of the 80s, I know. Born in 72, but product of the 80s. In 90s and 2000s. So they closed us about 2 years ago. Let's see what we can find. See ya. Got my first coin, 1975 nickel. Now, I'm not going to show you every single dig because there's just too much trash. Lots of pop tops and caps and everything else like that. So I'm just going to dig them and show you what I get. I'll show you the interesting stuff, all the clad coins and stuff. That's going to be the first and the last. So I'll show you at the end all the clad and all the trash, but I'll show you all the good stuff as well as we go. Well, so far, just a lot of coins, a lot of pop tops, a lot of caps, a lot of pull tabs. Yeah, no jewelry yet, no dog tags, none of that stuff yet, but I'm hopeful at least for the jewelry, so we'll just keep checking. I got a lot of quarters. Quarters ring up real nice. A lot of pennies. Yep, so let's keep going. All right, so I thought I'd give you an idea of how close gold is to all the rest of these signals. Here I have a quarter, I have an older pop top, I have a semi-newer pop top, a penny, and a bottle cap. You probably can't see those in the shade, can you? There, let's put them out in the sun a little bit. And gold. Now, I've been using my gold ring as an indicator, basically, to help me determine if these pop tops are any different than a gold signal. And they are, to a sense, they are. I'm going to put my headphones on and I'm going to share with you the signal sounds. So, let's move the coil over. I'm sure you can hear that, right? Alright, so this is gold. Now listen to pop top, a newer one. It's kind of a little duller. Now listen to an older one. A little duller. That thing sounds beautiful like a quarter. They sound identical. And a penny. Now my ring. Very, very dull. Kind of dull. Very dull. So, gold is very close to sounding like pull tabs. So if you're not digging pull tabs, you could miss the gold. You really can. And smaller pieces of gold, this is a large chunk of gold, smaller pieces of gold are going to give you even smaller signals, but they're still going to sound very similar to that. So when you're out at these sites and stuff, if you have your discrimination up and you're not digging pull tabs, you're going to miss gold. You're going to miss it. Easy as can be. Let's move on. Let's see what we can find. Hopefully we can find some gold and silver. Built in the 50s. I haven't found anything from the 50s yet, or the 60s. Mostly 70s, 80s, 90s, and 2000s. How very interesting. A shotgun shell at a highway rest stop. Yeah. Seems like an older one. Maybe there was an old home site sitting here at one time. Interesting. Yeah, still gathering as many coins as I possibly can. No jewelry yet. I found a spot that, the coins are much deeper for some reason. I haven't looked at the date, and the trees are much older as well. Much older over here than they were over that way. I just came from over there, worked all that area, found lots of caches of coins, and there we go. This might be the older section, I don't know. It is a memorial. Let's see what the date is. $1979, I think. 1979. That's pretty deep. Look at that. That's what, 5 inches? Good 5 inches for a 1979 coin. I have to imagine there was a lot of soil runoff here, and it just filled up with silt through the years. That's why the stuff is so much deeper here. I still have to go search the most important spot, which is up on top of that hill. Down here, only your adventurous type come down to this lower section, I would say. Dog walkers maybe, and kids and stuff like that. But definitely there were a lot of coins. And I have something to share with you too about our national treasurer, who I'm pretty sure is an elected position. We'll talk about him later. I don't know who the current national treasure guy is, or woman. I don't know who they are. But the one that came up with the idea for the zinc penny, definitely not a metal detectorist, definitely not interested in coins at all. They're like biodegradable. They're garbage, completely garbage. And I'm finding a lot of those, and they're half destroyed. But the reason why I mentioned the current national treasurer, good grief, now is the time to eliminate, what your predecessor did, and make some decent coins again. There was nothing wrong with the 1964, pre-1964 coins. They had better material in them. They last, Nowadays, you find a coin in the ground, you find half a coin or a quarter of the coin. It's garbage, total garbage. America's not about building garbage, is it, National Treasurer? So now's the time to fix that problem. Go back to a better coinage. Yeah, that's my rant and rave. And I'll show you all the coins, the zinc common coins that I've found that are just half deteriorated, and I'm sure y'all have found those too as well. But good grief, I know if I had that position, if you elect me National Treasurer, which is a great idea, I will make our coins better. Yeah. See ya. If I can find this off switch. There we go. Now it's always a good idea to search these banks, because when people sit down or lean back, all the coins fall out of their pockets. Hence this hole right here. with a coin in it. I thought I had a gun the way this signal rang out at me. Sort of like a gun would. Nice and loud. Just plumbing. Old. I'm thinking there was an old house site up here at one time, originally. I mean, there's stuff that you normally find at old house sites. Old chunks of iron that, you know, wouldn't belong anywhere else. Could be 100 years old right there. I mean, it's a nice flat spot. They built this highway in 55 to 57, something around there. And it overlooks, there was a creek back there, so that used to be a creek, and then Lake Norman came in the 50s and 60s, dammed it up and created all those waterways. But yeah, there might have been an old house here. Let's keep looking. Yeah, well, I believe that's enough fun for me today. I do have a lot of coins, but you could literally come here every single day for months at a time and just keep finding coins. Coins, 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 coins. No silver coins. I didn't find any jewelry on this side. Definitely safe to say the southerners going north lost a lot more stuff than the northerners coming south, or the southerners coming back south. They didn't lose a whole lot here as far as jewelry and stuff. Dog tags, rabies vaccine tags, stuff like that, which I found over on the other side. Just a lot of clad coins, you know? Just a lot. But gotta get out and look. Like I said, you can't leave these places untouched. That's not the treasure hunter way. If there's a hope for gold or silver or anything like that, anything worth of value, that's what we're here for. Not just that, but, you know, there is a lot of talk in the archaeological world, the professionals, the ones who I think rob graves, which, you know, we don't dig up graves and rob them of all their possessions. But, you know, they kind of down on us. They dismiss what we do. What a mistake. We provide a valuable service. If not just cleaning up the environment, you know, we provide a lot of stuff that are sitting in museums and everywhere else. You know, so we're the ones who actually go out and find the locations initially, and then the archaeologists come in. So metal detectorists deserve a lot of credit. We're always out in the field. We're always pounding the dirt, researching, seeing what we can find, and cleaning up the environment at the same time. Yeah. So let me do a wrap up, and I'm getting out of here. It was a cold morning. See you on the wrap up. Okay, here's the wrap up. So I think I've narrowed it down to a time when our coins turned garbage, and this tells the story. So whoever was national treasurer or in charge of minting coins at this time, shame on you. Shame, shame, shame. But also shame on anyone who follows that person and allows our coins to look like this. I hope you can see those. So what I have is 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s. Alright, so that's the history. I didn't find any 50s in this location. No silver, none of that stuff. As you see, it was very busy in the 70s. a little bit in the 80s, very busy in the 90s, and semi-busy in the 2000s. But look, this penny right here is a 1992. 1992, still in good condition, just like the 70s, just like the 80s. Here's a 1993, still in good condition. Here's a 1994, starting to deteriorate. Is that the year that zinc came out? They started mixing zinc in with the pennies? Because after that, look at, they're all broken and deteriorated. I mean, they don't last but maybe a couple years in the ground before they just disintegrate. Now, I don't know about you, but as an American, I would expect our country, our government, to at least build things that last, especially our coins. You can still find Roman coins from 2,000 years ago. In about 10 more years, you probably won't even be able to find these 1994 and above zinc pennies. They'll be obliterated. They'll be gone. So, I don't know the mentality behind that, just because it's cheaper, but it doesn't make any sense to have a country's coinage biodegradable. Food or something like that, yeah, it's biodegradable, but a coin? 2,000 years from now, people should know about the United States. They should be able to dig our coins up, but they're not going to be able to. They'll be able to find a 1993 or a 94 or below, and that's it. They won't be able to find any of this stuff. They may be able to find quarters. They seem to not have zinc in them, which is good. I didn't find any nickels or dimes. I imagine those are not made of zinc like this, but the pennies will no longer be there. Found bottle caps, junk, 70s and probably early 80s tops, 90s, 2000s, and a shotgun shell. The strangest thing to find at a rest stop. There you have it. 1, 2, 50, I don't know, $3 in change. Ooh. But I had to get out here and check, because you never know. I could have found a nice, I don't know, platinum diamond ring. Why didn't I find a nice platinum diamond ring? Ugh. The troubles of being a treasure hunter. You gotta keep going. On to the next. That's all it takes. But this was fun. It was in the back of my mind. I had to come over here. I had to check. Now it's time to get back into antiquity. Get back to those 100-year-old plus homes and start finding the old stuff that I usually find. The normal stuff. Get back into those house sites. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next hunt.